All right, hi everybody. Bonkai 922. Going to have a live stream for Tides of Darkness in a little while. Um, haven't decided who to bring in because I just got a phone call from Justin. He won't be able to make it because he's really tired. So that's that story. So it'll probably just be me, Enemy Gaming Nerd, and whoever else I can conjure up this Halloween. um. But on to better things. Episode review. Coppelion. This one was really good. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 4. Um, very intriguing. Very intriguing this episode because it's obviously we see the beginning part we have Naruse, Ibara, and we have Aoi and Taiko. They're at this school. Yeah, at the school. And they're thinking about their days when they graduated from when they were created. Because the whole premise, there are other Coppelions. It's not just them. They're only part of it. You understand? It's a greater scheme of things. And she has a dream about it, and so on and so forth, and about their and she woke up about from her dream, and she's telling the other two, Teiko and Aoi, that this reminds her of when they graduated, their time at school, so on and so forth. And we get a few other things in this episode. This episode was pretty interesting because we get to see the Prime Minister. Oh my god, the Prime Minister is such a fucking ass. He's this. He's like what, 2 feet tall? I was bugging out at that scene. I was like what the hell? This guy's like 2 feet tall and he's the prime minister, and he's old as shit too. But we find that scene. But before then, we see them going around. They're walking around Ibarra and the other two, Teiko and Aoi, and something occurs to one of these containers that contained the soldiers that the vice principal had put down in this one area. And on their way, while walking, they don't find this out until later. They find these two people, this guy and this pregnant woman in an ambulance, and all of a sudden they see something coming, and before then, she gets on the walkie-talkie from the vice principal saying, "Oh, our carrier was attacked. You need to go and find them and stop them," and so on and so forth. And meanwhile, she's trying to help this woman. And when they find out, they also find out that the woman is the daughter of this man in the front seat of the ambulance. And they see these soldiers on this tank and shit with these. This one guy with white robe thing, and it's like tattered on the bottom, and he's just pointing to them, and they're shooting at them, and I'm like, who the hell is this? We find out eventually this is First Division. Supposedly it was the Defense Force, and they're known as the Ghosts because supposedly they were killed, but apparently they're not dead. That was the whole bit on that. So what ends on happening is Naruse and the others, they rescue the pregnant woman and the guy from them, and they're running away from them. The part Naruse throws a bomb, this mine at the ambulance, and she hits this. It was like a remote detonator kind of thing, and blows it up. And they're on their way. They just get the hell out of Dodge. And meanwhile, they're at this park and they're resting, and the daughter of this guy, I forgot his name, unfortunately. She's pregnant, and she says, "Oh, we know who you are." So they know about them. We know you're a Coppelion, and so on and so forth, which was very interesting. I thought that was very intriguing that they have people know her. I believe her name was Ibuki. Yeah, I think her name was Ibuki, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, that's basically what happens, and they get shot at by the First Division, and unfortunately, Takeo gets hit. Takeo gets hurt from it, and they rescue them. And because this guy shows up in a a jeep, and starts spraying water on the First Division and stuff. But yeah, Takeo got hurt from one of the First Division soldiers, and they had to run away. And Naruse realizes this, and she realizes that they can heal themselves. They have regenerative powers, but she's gonna be at least bedridden for like a week. So it's still pretty grim. And that's what happens. And then when she talks to him again, vice principal, and tells him the situation, and she mentions First Division, and there's the Prime Minister. He's like, First Division? Like he's quaking in his boots, like who? And then he's screaming at the walkie-talkie to Naruse and saying, "Destroy them, eliminate First Division." I'm like, hey man, just because you're the Prime Minister doesn't mean you have to act like a dick. Yeah, he's a total dick in this episode. I was like, God damn, I don't want to live in Japan if this is the Prime Minister. Sounds like an ass. But he basically orders them to eliminate them, and I'm not sending you a helicopter. She got really pissed. Naruse, like you, and pretty much that's what ends on happening. And Aoi's upset because they thought they were gonna go home and everything, and so on and so forth. And pretty much this segues into a decision by the vice principal in calling reinforcements, if you will, another team to help Naruse, Takeo, and Aoi. But after that happens, vice principal's pretty upset. He's like, this old man is and everything, and he decides that he's gonna call up the cleanup crew. I'm like, the cleanup crew or clean up something? I'm like, who's that? Because apparently, and this is what I was saying about in the beginning of this review, there are more Coppelions than just these three. And this other group of Coppelions are known as the cleanup crew. They're not the medical team. They go and kill. They go and fight. So yeah, they go and fight and break some skulls. But while we have that situation, they eventually are with the guy and his daughter and this other guy, the foreman, and they're going to this place, the safest safe zone among anywhere, biggest safe zone currently, and it's called, I believe they called it Planet. Yeah, I believe that's what they call it. They called it Planet. It's pretty much, it's very futuristic when they go inside. I was like, holy shit. I was blown away a little bit. They had a robot and shit, and it's very, very futuristic place. And, it's they have everything in it. They have water, they have clean water, they got electricity, it's everything. And they go in there, and they go to this one room where there's grass, and there's fish, and a stream. It's really crazy. So it's like it's pretty much the biggest safe zone place they have. And we see it, and it was pretty interesting, pretty crazy. And like I said, there's also a robot that was special. I was like, wow, and they had to register and everything to go into this place. And we also find out in this episode that Takeo is going to be all right. They're going to put her in this oxygen capsule, and she's going to heal much more quicker. Then we go back to pretty much the last thing of this happened in this episode was Vice Principal. He's talking to one of the people who's part of the cleanup crew. It's this guy. Yeah, I've seen this guy in the intro, so pretty much this is the guy that's going to show up. He's part of the cleanup crew to help and to attack the enemy. He's obviously going to go in there to attack the First Division and knock them dead, pretty much. And that's pretty much what happened in the episode. So the ending part was good. Gonna give this a 4 out of 5, but next week's gonna probably be a higher rating. A lot more stuff happens next week. We've got something happens with Aoi, with First Division. So that's crazy. Really crazy. And next week's is going to be called Planet. And this week's, I think, was called Life. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, overall, good episode, like I said. I liked how we got another enemy here. You know, First Division, Ghosts, that was special. And we got introduced to more characters. This other part of Coppelion. That's what pretty much this episode was all about. The exposure of the next part and the other Coppelions that are around. And this First Division. And the Prime Minister, someone, you know, like, he's the worst Prime Minister I think I've ever seen. Anywhere. Worst leader, period. Like, the worst. He's like, oh, he's so frightened about what's happening. You know, like, he's worried about himself more than everybody else. I'm like, what's your fucking problem, man? Dumb shit. He's a politician, so. Yes, I went there. He's a leader, a politician, so it's to be expected. But yeah, that's pretty much it, people. Bankai 922, good episode. This should be getting off the ground now. Coppelion, I have a feeling. I mean, Coppelion's good. I like it. Some people have their other little criticisms about it, and it's understandable with Ibarra and the other two girls and stuff. But I personally like it. Like now that we're getting another group of Coppelions involved. I like that. I like that a lot. And hopefully this kicks off the ground real quick. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Should be interesting. And it looks like also next week we're going to get this interaction between this member of the cleanup crew and Ibarra. So, so it should be interesting. Can't wait for it. Can't wait for it. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Bankai 922. See you guys later. That Prime Minister. Hey, man. Listen, what's your problem? You dumb shit. You're old as dirt. You're like 2 feet tall. Enough. Get the fuck out. Go in the contaminated area and die. You know? Come on. He's a dumb shit. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.